So this is my second topic today. 3 historic events of the evolution of human rights law that form our human right law today. So this is my introduction. Body of the title. The beginnings of human rights can be traced back to the year 539 BC, when Cyrus the Great's armies invaded Babylon. Slaves were released, everyone had the freedom to choose their own religion, and racial equality was created. So, ang mga slave na niya, gitagaan niya freedom para mag-choose lang to choose religion and racial equality. And then, these and other concepts were written down on the Cyrus cylinder, a big clay cylinder whose provisions served as inspiration for the first civilization. Our fundamental rights are now seen in this light, but it was not always so. The idea that everyone is entitled to some human rights simply because of their humanity is relatively recent, and it stems from a centuries-long development of the concept of human dignity. Its origins can be traced back to ancient tradition and records from a variety of cultures. Over 130 countries had ratified the covenant as of 1997. The United States, on the other hand, has only ratified the ICCPR, and that with several reservations of formal exceptions to its complete implementation. So why I conduct this research, why I do conduct this study? Because I want to know, or we want to know, the 3 historic events that form our human right law today. And then this is my importance of your research. So my importance of my research is to uncover, identify, determine, and verify the 3 historical events that shaped the evolution of human rights law in what we have today, so that the readers will be aware of and develop an understanding of the 3 historical events that shape modern human rights law. So, recommendation: human rights are moral concepts or norms for particular standards of human behavior that are frequently protected in municipal and international law, and have been passed laws respecting the right since then until now. They are nevertheless distinct, and even the right then and now is vastly different because everything is now more correctly presented. It is vital to comprehend this in order to avoid oppression and defend oneself, in order to pay attention to and be strict in the country's implementation of human rights. Government assistance is also essential. That's all. Thank you. So this is my third topic. It's all about the Convention on the Rights of Child 1989. Body of the title. In 1999, the UN General Assembly received the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is CRC. The CRC unites inside one instrument every one of the kids' privileges presently expressed in their worldwide basic freedoms and instruments. The Convention broadens the basic freedoms perceived for grown-ups to unequivocally incorporate kids from birth up to age 18. The convention sees youngsters not as objects of empathy or pity, but rather as subjects of basic liberties under worldwide law. Youngsters are viewed as dynamic members in their own turn of events and influence. Simultaneously, the CRC perceives that youngsters' status in the public arena as subject to grown-ups leads to interests that are unique in relation to grown-ups, just as to explicit types of weakness requiring extraordinary assurance. The convention obliges the state and other obligation holders, which is the guardians, gatekeepers, parental figures, common society, and so on, to address the necessities and interests of kids as privileges or rights, and establish the legal, political, economic, social, and cultural rights that all children worldwide have. It also discusses how adults and government must collaborate to ensure that all children have access to their full range of rights. So why I conduct this study? Because I want to know the how the rights of child work in 1989 and not also in 1999, and I want to know that this kind of law are work today in our generation. So what is the importance of my research? So his aim of this research is to show how the Convention of the Rights of the Child has evolved over time. This will decide the importance of this right in our society, especially among the youth. So importante siya para mahibalan sa uban, to know the other people how it works, o unsa ni ka importante para sa atong society, especially sa mga kabatanunan. Recommendation. In the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child is an international human rights treaty that establishes children's civil, political, economic, social, health, and cultural rights. To put in other way, the child has a right to everything because the entire country's flow is dependent on them. They must be directed and protected from terrible activities that could destroy their life. So meaning ani they need to protect the youth, the children, to para mahatagan sila kaning mga safety nets para dili madaot ilang kinabuhi. The existence of a rule like this, in my opinion, is a big aid in helping and educating children whose lives are in danger. The government must pay attention, take the time, and enhance this law in order to preserve children who have been denied their rights as a youngster. So this law was very important to those youngsters, to those children that also the kanang mulay mga family nga children, and they need to protect para ma-aware sila, ma-aware to mga bata nga kana nga butang dili na pwede sila para mahatagan sila safety nets o mga guidance. So I explore the Philippines authorities not to overlook children's rights. The country's future depends on them. So that's all. Thank you.